Hello, guys. Welcome to the United Way People's TV. My name is Ravdo Khan. We are back now with 5 things we learned. Fulham 0, Manchester United 0 yesterday in London. Guys, there are a lot of things we learned in this game, but I will go to the five tactical things, the reason why the club did perform the way they did. And let's just go straight to it. Number one of the things we have learned in 2 games in Manchester United that preseason is a scam. The preseason, when you're in preseason, you play with no pressure. When the real thing starts, which is the season, that's when you see the quality of the players. I think if you're young, if you're new in football, you have noticed that already. But that doesn't really affect the game today, because what really affects the game, which I would think is number one, not the previous one, that was just a warning, is that we badly need a holding midfielder. If you have been watching my content, I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube on the previous channel, the United Way TV, but now we are on the United Way People's TV. Look, if you want to know why we have the new channel today, you can just look at the previous video. I explained it already. So let's let me just go into it. Look, the number one thing United need, we need a holding midfielder. I'm not a fan of buying players and thinking one player can change a team. This is not my style. I played football. My system of football, the kind of football I admire, is collective football. But you can see clearly that United, we don't have that pivotal player. Casemiro could do it, but he doesn't have the legs. He is not physically ready for Premier League. He cannot, what I'm trying to say, he cannot dictate games. And there was an action that you see Casemiro search for a fault when he was given a yellow card. Do you know why he did that? He did that because he was using his experience. That didn't deserve a yellow card for sure, but he was just using his experience. In the Premier League, it is too aggressive and too active in a way that players of such caliber, they can't really succeed in the Premier League these days. There's just too much money, and the competitive level in the Premier League is just second to none in world football. So I think Casemiro is not the answer, and United badly needs a kind of Carlos Belada or an energetic holding midfielder. At this point, I don't care who, but I need a proper person who will play in front of the back four. Because when you see, if we had a good holding midfielder, you saw what the goal came from for Fulham yesterday. If we had a Carrick, someone who can control the game, we will be fine. Because the most important thing when you listen to football, I tell you guys often, when you listen in football, there is this old cliche in football that games are won and lost and won in the midfield. The guy who plays the most important thing in the midfield is not the 10, it's not even the 8, it's the 6. It's the guy who kills the game, who knows how to waste like 30 seconds to 1 minute on the ball just in the midfield. Look at Carrick's game. I think that was so massive. You could just see it yesterday. Bruno Fernandes is not a holding midfielder, Amorim. Either you let him play 10 and find somewhere to put corner and play a proper holding midfielder. Even maybe Kobe Menu could play that. Before. By the way, guys, I made a video about Kobe Menu. Maybe he might leave Manchester United. Check it on after this. You might tell me what you think below. But look, I am very confident at this point that Kobe Menu, that Bruno Fernandes is not a 6, and we need to fix that 6. Number 2, the second thing I noticed in the game is that I didn't see our style of play. I saw in the first 10-15 minutes when we moved the ball, but Amorim needs to start playing Sesko as a 9. What I'm trying to say, Sesko has to start the game against Burnley as a 9, and we need to do those crosses. We need to get him into the field. We know that the history of Manchester United has always been that playing as a 9 is a graveyard shift, meaning that 9s are not well fed when they play in Manchester United, and that's a disgrace. We need to take out that negative spell in Manchester United when 9s are not really provided with services. Guys, if you're enjoying what you're listening today, please make sure you click the like on the video and please subscribe. We want to hit at least 100 subscription by the end of the month. Today's the 25th, and let's see if we can do it. That in a week's time. So, guys, what I'm trying to say that when you look at the way United play, it's difficult to see how we can get goals. One of the things I want to develop this year is that I don't want us to go out getting goals by mistake. I want goals that should be kind of planned. The build-up play. Yes, it's true Kuna hit the bar. Yeah, it's true that we could have scored the goal where he kind of calmed the ball and just hit it a little bit out of the ball. All those were good. But the most important thing is that we need to see the style of play. United cannot sustain the style that we want to play. Number 4. Manchester United today, we need to know who is going to be our goalkeeper. There's just too much problem in that Manchester United team, which you can see from the first game you might think that okay, United is fine, we don't necessarily need a lot, but when you look at the way our goalkeeper is not physical enough. Our goalkeeper, he did more or less better than the first game. The first game, he just physicality was just so evident. Second game, you can see he lacks command, and a defense. For those of you who don't know, a defense doesn't perform properly if there is not a good goalkeeper with a total confidence. If you watch Van der Sar, you watch all the top goalkeepers nowadays, Martinez, there is a link that the goalkeeper is like the last defender. He commands the game. There's that level of presence. Onana, we gave him that confidence, but he couldn't meet up to the responsibility. I think the goalkeeper Manchester, we need to, if it's going to be Bayenda, we need to trust him. This is what I'm trying to say, to make him understand he's the best. Because with the goalkeeper, it won't be every second. It will just be moments when the goals come in. So we need that that leadership on the pole. Bayenda, by the way, did a very good. I mean, you can see he saved us from a very good goal, the way he stretched his left leg, and he did more or less okay. I gave him a 6.5 yesterday. Then come to number 4. Number 4, I will go back to the manager. I think Amorim this season will be a season where, if let me put it this way, if Amorim succeeds this season, then he's going to stay longer for Manchester United. What do I mean by that? Succeed this season from Amorim is to qualify for Champions League. Even Europa Cup, but Champions League will be good. If he qualifies for Champions League, considering United, we don't have a European game, that's a success. And what would be Amorim's success? How does he get the success? Is to get the team playing well, get the team moving the ball quicker, and also understanding what the Premier League is all about. If there was an excuse last season that, because there were periods last season where we just lost 3 games in a row, and they gave him a slack and said he's new in the Premier League, he doesn't understand. I am for the fact that Amorim this season, United fans, it's all about the fans. We have the best fans in the world, travel around the world, support the club, but when they get pissed, they will not hide their feelings, because Amorim has to make sure that the ball moves faster. He needs to send the message out there that Bruno, you are my main player, but if it doesn't work, we'll have to change you at some games, because for now, most Manchester United fans, they just want us to celebrate victories. We haven't won a game since the Premier League started, maybe even last year. So Amorim is an issue. The game yesterday, I could see that Amorim was an issue, because he does realize that we need a holding midfielder. I don't know why he's putting Bruno and Casemiro as holding midfielder. Well, we are early days. Let's see how it goes. So the last thing I learned is the last number 5 thing I learned, which I must say it here, is why did we buy Sesko? Why do we buy all these attackers? We bought them because we want them to score goals. And how do they score goals? They score goals if the team plays to their advantage. How do we play to their advantage? Why did we buy Bruno? Why did we bring Acuna and everything? Manchester United needs to stop the TikTok football. We need to stop the social media football and focus on football. Yes, physically they are doing well. Yes, they are giving all their best. Yes, Bruno, but I want us to cross to be very clinical. I mean, going on our counter-attacks on our advantage, we finish the goal. My last word I would say here, which I think was an issue last game, is that we need to play our best team. What do I mean by that? Next game at Burnley, Sesko needs to start. We need to get someone who's a normal holding defender. Either Bruno is a 10 or he's an 8, but Bruno should not be playing as a 6. He should not, even the 8. We need to find a way to make Bruno... one of them have to wait. Mount, Bruno, or Acuna. And most of you will say it's Bruno to wait as from these 2 games. But maybe Mount will wait and come in the second half and will be fighting with Bruno, because Kuna has been very explosive. Anyway, guys, that's what I try to make this video 8 minutes, not more than 10 minutes. But now we're already 9 minutes. Those are my 5 things I've seen in that game yesterday, tactical wise, that we couldn't build up the ball well. Our goalkeeper, we're not getting things right. We don't have a CDM. And I mean, we are not feeding our attackers. These are things, and also the manager. So these are things that I've seen to guys. I try to make it faster. Next time I'll do it more properly. Guys, if you will help us, guys, we want to hit just by the end of the week 100 subscribers. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Rob Dukam. I'm a Manchester United fan just like you. I would like to be doing this on live stream, so help us grow this small community. And yeah, without all said, guys, talk to you soon. Glory, glory, Manchester United.